I don't really have an intro for this video, other than there's no order for this, so let's just get started. I also don't know when I got them, so I'm not going to be saying the year I got them or anything like that, because I do not remember. So, I also don't remember the order I got them in, because a lot of them I just kind of got at once, and yeah, you get the idea. So, enough yapping. I'm just gonna get started. The 2012 Wooden Railway Thomas. I don't know much about it other than it looks good. So yeah, again, I don't remember anything about when I got them. I don't remember much at all. So yeah. This is a 1999 Brit Allcroft Wooden Railway Thomas. I remember where I got it, and it was from like a second-hand. No, it was like flea market, I want to say. But I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on it. Yeah. The 2008 Zookar Wooden Railway. I don't have much to say about Wooden Railway because, first off, I don't know much about it. Second, I don't really do much with it. I'm more of a Trackmaster kind of guy. So, yeah, the Wooden Railway one section will go pretty quickly. This is the 2012 Talking Thomas from Wooden Railway, and yes,
hello, I'm Thomas.
it does work. Okay, so this one's just called a Boxcar, and it's from 2002. Again, I'm not very good with Wooden Railway, so I don't know much about it. Do not attack me in the comments for not knowing this, even though I collected it, okay? Soder Line Caboose from 1999. Yeah. It's red. This is the only two express coaches that I own from this line. And if I have owned any more, I have no clue where they went. So, what year are they from? I forgot to check. 1999. Again, I feel like that's what the majority of this is from. 2012 Squid Car. That lights up. I don't know what else to say about this. 2000 Fred. There's nothing on the bottom of this, so I'm just going to base off what the side is. So these are all pre-owned, by the way, so I've never used these for anything. I want to, though. If you want me to start some sort of series with all my train stuff, let me know. And I just want an excuse to do this, man. Next is Scruffy from 1999. This is one of my favorites. I love his face. His face is probably the best part about it. Don't know much about Scruffy himself. I don't read the Railway series books. I need to. Get caught up in the lure, you know? But, yeah, look, his face is... Yeah. Frostbite Percy from 2003. Something I'm just not realizing about this. I don't know how top half of them is like cut off. to make room for the icicle stuff. So that's pretty cool. I like it. Really love the episode he's from too. One of my favorites. 2001 Percy. I don't know what much to say about this other than there's no lining on the boiler, but even then that's intentional. And Percy's my favorite. So the amount of Thomases I have, you see how many I have, and you think, hey, this guy's favorite is Thomas, but no, it's Percy. Who doesn't like the little green guy? Hugo from 2012. The only thing I really know about this guy was that he was introduced in CGI, and I don't know why I have this. I'm going to be completely honest. Yeah, on to the next one. Stafford from 2012. I don't know much about the guy. Again, not really CGI watcher too much anymore. So I'm really big model series fan, so I really could give less of a crap about this guy. But Stafford is one of the newer ones that I actually genuinely like. But yeah, I still really don't care about him. Next up is Gordon, who I'm going to assume is either from 1999 or 2004, because I didn't look at the date on the wheel. So, really good one. I actually really like this one. Really accurate face. Kind of. It's Gordon, the really silly engine. I'm gonna mention again that I got these from like a flea market, so they're basically secondhand. When I got James, he did not come with his tender. I'm assuming that the front end is from 1999 or 2000, like the other, like Gordon was, but the tender is from like a 2012 James, because he didn't have his original one when I got him, so I had just a spare tender laying around, so I grabbed it and put it behind him and it worked. So I'm not complaining, I just got James. So I'm happy about it. Next is Splatter and Dodge. I'm gonna assume from 1999, because I'm getting tired of having to search for the date on the wheels, but yeah, I thought I might as well go ahead and do them together, considering the fact they're twins. I don't know. I really only know the fact that they're from Thomas the Metric Railroad, and yeah, that's about it. You don't really know much about certain characters like these guys. Kind of makes you like them better, you know? They're the two that I will hold on to. So, yep. This is like one of three, I might be wrong on one of them. One of 3 or 2 narrow gauge engines I have. First one I had too, because I'm not really too big of a collector of wooden railway. Again, I'm more of a track master. Yay. It's Luke, everyone. It's Luke. You don't really know him well. I'm just gonna move on to the next one. One that I might be wrong about. I don't know if this is narrow gauge or not. Hello. If it is, let me know. But I don't really know. I'm just gonna. It's Coldy. I'm done saying the dates of these things. I'm getting tired of it. I'm weirded out by the face in the back and really short face distance. So if he's narrow gauge, let me know. I don't know. But Coley, number 4. Yeah. I don't know. I don't have much to say about this guy because he was a Railway Series exclusive. I don't read the Railway Series, not yet. But yeah. Anyway, next up is Duncan. One of my more favorite narrow gauge enemies. Wasn't really around in the CGI era, but I think he was mentioned in the CGI era by Rheneas or Peter Sam or something. I don't know. Again, I haven't watched CGI in a bit because I'm a model series kind of guy, but still, you know. Who doesn't like Duncan though? I mean, Mr. Rock and Roll himself. You know? Good old Duncan. And next is Henry. I don't have much to say about this. Again, I don't know much about Wooden Rally. So, Henry, yay. I think we can all agree that everybody's still mad that they removed him from the Steam team. Can we all agree on that? Great. Moving on. Diesel 10. Pinchy moves. I don't know what else to say about this. Didn't mean to do that. The breakdown train. I don't know if this was supposed to have something in front of it originally or not. I just didn't want the magnet on the front of the crane to the magnet in the crane piece to stick together, so I kind of just, because for those who don't know, that's a magnet. So yeah, the breakdown train, I don't, it's gonna, next up is Oliver. Oliver, I don't know what else you want me to say about this guy, other than the fact that he's a J50. I think, I don't remember. Yeah. Considering making the wheels green to match him. Or not, I don't know, should I not? You decide. Please. Next up is roadside vehicles. Might as well start off with Trevor. Because, Trevor. Yeah. Who doesn't like Trevor? Because I know I do. Next up is Fergus. Is it Fergus or who is this? This is Trevor. Hang on, if this is Trevor, then who is this? Someone let me know who this is, because I thought it was Trevor. But this is Trevor. Apparently, I don't know. Is this Trevor? And if so, then who is this? This is Terrence, my bad. Terrence and Trevor. On there together. Trevor's about to fall off. Yep, my bad. I'm on. I know. Moving on. Sodor Fire Department. I don't know what to say about this. It's just basic. Very basic. So, yeah. It's Birdie! Had to save the best road vehicle for last. Because who doesn't like Birdie? Birdie's like the OG road vehicle to have a face. It's the original one too. It's the guy who had a pipe in that third window right there. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on to the next category. Derek from Ertl. I don't know where any of my Ertl stuff is except this, so bear with me here. Yeah, end of category. Yay. I don't know anything about Derek. He appeared in one episode. Moving on. My bad, I guess I had one more Wooden Railway Thomas, and then some more and forgot to include it. So I don't know what era this guy's from, don't care. Yep. Another freaking Thomas. There's still more. Fun. Next up is Trackmaster. I have two Tobias, one of them being not necessarily modified, but more so customized, you could say. The back one is the one that's been modified. This is the one that's been customed. This is the one that's still normal. And I have several different ways of proving it. I'm doing the third camera, so I can't really see. But yeah, that's the start of the Trackmaster stuff. And again, I don't remember when I got them, but I can tell you when. Do know a little bit more about them, so yeah, I can say a little bit more of what I've done to them too. In this one, I've painted the bell gold, done the bell string, that, and I've painted the bottom black. Just to give it a little bit more realism, you could say, I guess, I don't know. Next one. This Peter Sanders one that I've had for quite a bit of time. I don't remember when I got him. I think I got him from either Walmart or Target when I was like 5. And I finally refound him a couple months earlier this year, and he doesn't want to run properly, so I'm still trying to figure out if I can find a replacement motor for him, because he does not run very well, but we'll find out. I will make an update video when I do. Yeah. Next is what I call the body clip-on Thomas that was made by Mattel. I have given him his red lining on the back, painted his running board white. I believe I attempted to make his lamp irons black. And I painted his chassis, the bottom of his chassis black to make it a little bit more realistic. And I painted his front dummy coupler in silver. Only reason I call it the clip-on body Thomas is because the body clips on when the middle wheels are removed. I believe this is from 2009. I don't remember though because it was on the base of it and I painted over it. But I think it said like 2000. 9 Ghislaine Thomas Mattel or something like that. So if I ever find out, if I find out before this video is released, then I'll put it in. But I'm doing this the day after the day of I posted the poll, and in another 2 weeks, this video will be out, depending on whether or not the poll wins yes or no. So if it ends up winning yes, and I have this info figured out, I'll put it in. But if I don't, I'm not putting it in, because obviously, and if you're hearing this, and obviously the poll won. So yeah. Anyway, next up is Airy. I want to say, is it Airy? Yeah, it's Airy. Really like this one because it's one of the Class 08s that my bad. Like it's the only Class 08 that I really own in Trackmaster 1. Because I have had a few diesels I don't know where they went because I suck at keeping up with things. It actually took me a while to find this one. I've had this one for quite some time. I either got it at a Walmart or Target, the kind of like Peter Sam. And it, been through quite a bit. Like, it's a lot. Like, I'm still surprised this thing works. Barely. Hang on. Yes, it works. These are duck's wheels. And I will explain later on why. I'll explain now. I had a Percy that wouldn't work because one of the gear had broken in half on it. So I had to take the gear from one of my other trains. It was like the only one that I could think of. But I couldn't get the wheels off for the life of me, so I ended up having to break the wheels off to get to the gear. And then I finally found out that the duck I had wasn't working, and so I took the wheels from the duck and put them on here. And so he has his wheels back now. And, yep. For being such an old one, I'm surprised that he still works. Anywho. One of 2 of my custom LBSC Thomases. Yes, I have 2 of them. This one is the screw-on body version, and I call it that because you just simply screw the body on to make it to where you can screw the body on and off to make it to where you can get to the battery compartment. All I did was I took, like, I think it was Satin Lagoon. I sprayed them, took them apart first, obviously. I sprayed them down with Satin Lagoon, and then once it dried, I went in with my paint markers, and I I fixed up the buffers. I made the white on the running board, the lamp irons, and I did all the lining and lettering up here. And then the coal bunker, I did the exact same thing. But for the coal bunker, I just, since my paint marker was too thick to fit in there fully without getting paint all over the side here, I took my paint marker and I put it on there, and then immediately after doing that, I wiped it off to make sure that I wouldn't leave it behind anything else. The windows I also did. The lining on the boiler was also me. Everything on here was basically just me. I got this from eBay not too long ago with another clip-on body Thomas and the simpler, dumbed down motor version that one's like my bad. One's like the one that Spencer has always had. And another one that shared the clip-on body chassis with it, but it was missing the shell to it. I was told it was non-working, but clearly it works. So all of them worked except one, but yeah, whatever. But yeah, this is one of the two. Next up is like my first custom of James I think I've ever done. And for its age, I'm pretty happy with it. It still works, and it's just, I mean, like, I even added a little crew too. This was a while ago. I really like it. Hang on, the camera quality is freaking. Who doesn't like that little crew though? That's probably my favorite reason why I still have this. Camera's acting up. There we go. But yeah, this is one that I plan on keeping for quite a bit. So, yep. This is the 2009, I want to say, Spencer that Mattel made with the crappy painted face. Now, I did manage to go back and repaint the face, because I somehow managed to paint the face to match the paint color. Don't ask me how. And I went back and repainted the face. I re-added the eyebrows and stuff. And then I painted his buffers to match the red, like the Tommy one has. And then I painted his lamp iron white. I lined his hand railing in silver. And yeah, that's about it. But he didn't work at first, so I ended up having to take apart his motor and like take a steel wool Dremel piece to it, or iron brush, or steel iron brush, whatever it was, I don't know. But I ended up having to take that to it to polish it just in order to get this to work again. I'm surprised I managed to get them working. So yep. These are the. This is the type of short, crappy, or cheap out motor style that they use later on for every single locomotive that's on that eventually. So I have quite a few of them because it's just kind of what I've ended up collecting because it's like the only things I could find. But yeah, Spencer, the A4 class. This is that more simplistic motor style that Mattel started using when they started cheaping out on their stuff that I had gotten off of eBay with that LBSE Thomas custom that I showed earlier. I have done quite a bit to it. I added the black in between the boiler and the splasher. I added the white on the running board. I also painted his lamp iron black. Coal bunker was basically the same thing with that little with those little black lines right there. The lamp on the back was done by me. And yeah. And I do have another body for this, so let me put that on real quick. This is that other body for this exact same chassis. All I did was legitimately just switch the bodies out because I don't have two chassis of this thing. But it's basically the same thing. I did the lining on the back, the lamp, and then, since they share the same chassis, I'm not going to cover that again. But I did end up having to repaint the face. I forgot to mention the lining along the windows for every single Thomas that I've showed so far was also done by me. But I ended up having to repaint the face because it was all sorts of screwed up. There was no saving it really, but aside from just completely repainting it, so that's what I did. So yeah, I don't really have much to say about this because it's really just a different body, aside from the fact that it has icicles running along the side of it. So yeah, I'm gonna switch the bodies back and then we'll move on to the next one. This is Luke, Trackmaster Luke. I looked at a reference of his model from the movie Blue Mountain Quarry to make this into like a custom. Because I painted his like that black because it's supposed to be. I made his buffers look all scratched up. I did the same to his wheels. And then I made his buffer beams look all scratched up too. He's also one of those ones where Mattel started cheaping out with the motor. But yeah, I really like this one. Aside from the proportions looking all wonky because it went from narrow gauge, which is a scale smaller than standard gauge, to being on the exact same track system as so. You never really know. This turntable is very weak, my goodness. But yeah, that's everything I've done to him. I got him like a dirt cheap, I think. I don't remember, because again, it was like set like 7 when I got this, so I don't remember. So yeah. really don't know what else to say about this guy other than he looks great. I do prefer the Playgroup one more though. Significantly better. Next up is my second favorite engine, Arthur. I really enjoy Arthur. He was an obscure character who really never made it past the model series or Series 7. But he's still one of my favorites. I really like... I have a diecast on somewhere, but I don't know where it is. But I really like everything that I have of him. It just looks really great from... really anything you do with it. I've repainted the running board into a different white color because the paint on it was chipping off, so I didn't have the exact white for it, so I just kind of repainted the entire thing. I painted the bottom of the chassis black. Why wouldn't I? And then when I first got him, he didn't run because I got him from a family member. Excuse me. I got him from a family member, and when I got him, he didn't run. So I had to fix him up then, and that was a while ago, and I don't remember how I managed to get him fixed, but I did. And I'm happy about it because this is probably one of my favorite Trackmaster models that I own. So, yep. Moving on. This is that other Thomas that I got in that eBay listing with the OESC one and then the Mattel cheap out one. This is my custom gray or primer Thomas, as I like to call it. I call him Primer Thomas because it's from the Adventure Begins when they were painted in blue and they scratched all his paint off. And this is what he looked like. I still have yet to make the pink undercoat variant, and that's what I plan on doing next for the Tab Thomas. And then I did the black around the splasher between the boiler. I was the one who did all the painting. I just sprayed him with a winter gray Rust-Oleum spray paint. I did the running board in a very crappy white paint marker because I couldn't find my good one at the time. I painted the lamp irons black. I kind of corrected the buffers. I did the coal bunker. And then the bottom of the chassis in black. So, yeah. Another Thomas. There's still more to go after this, too. So, yeah, let's go ahead and move on, so that way I don't sit here yapping the entire time about one thing. This is my custom Timothy that I made out of the screw-on body type Thomas. My bad. The only thing that I really don't like about this is the face. I could do better. And I just don't really like the face. If anybody knows like a good technique to do the face, let me know, because I really want to redo this guy. Because I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. But yeah, I basically just painted him up with a silver paint marker, lined him out with a red one, yellow for the zero. I had to repaint his face, and I did this the same day I did Spencer's. I colored his eyes in black. I did the red dot, and then bottom of his chassis black. I did the white of the running board, the lamp irons. I've had this one for quite a while, so it's been through a lot. I did the lining on the window, I did the windows in the front, and I did the lining across the boiler. And on the coal bunker, if I haven't mentioned it already. And then, yeah, basically about it. I'm starting to also realize that a lot of these explanations are basically just cut and paste for a lot of these. So, throat's starting to get dry. Yeah, this one kind of sucks, but I'm still gonna keep it because I don't know what else to do with it. So, yeah. Yay. Anywho, next up is this very, very decrepit Dennis. I found this one somewhere in my house quite a bit ago, and I never got around to fixing it until here recently. I got him without his side rods, and he just didn't run when I first got him. So I ended up replacing. So here recently, I replaced his motor with a spare one that I had, and I just kind of gave him normal side rods. I still have yet to fix that back window. But the moment I find a new Dennis for online that is cheap and not like $20 for freaking Dennis of all people, I will get it, and that way I don't have to look at this thing anymore, because the front buffers are one of his front buffers is completely destroyed, and I just don't know what happened to it. And he's just very decrepit and seems like he's in pain almost, so I don't really think it's worth keeping this one anymore. I'm gonna keep it until I get a new Dennis though, so don't expect me to sell it online or anything, cause I won't. So, yeah. Next up we have Duke, or Grandpuff, Chair. So, I have had to do a lot for him because I had him when I was younger, and then I lost him, and I found out he was like covered in paint basically. So I put his face into rubbing alcohol and rubbed all the paint off. I had to redo the Duke name on this side of him, if you couldn't tell. I had to repaint his face, I had to get all the paint off, I had to redo the lining on the boiler, or whatever you want to call that. I had to basically just remake Duke, but it was fun to have him back, because it had been a while, because Duke is pretty hard to find now for a decent price. So yeah. So, I don't really have much to say about him other than he's a really, really great model. And if you find one online for pretty cheap, I'd recommend you grab it. My dad broke it. Pops and stick. But if you, if you find one online for a decent price, I recommend you get it. Because this is one that you possibly might not really see again. Or not for a while at least. So, yep. You find one online or at a garage sale or something, and it's at a decent price. I'd say $20 or less. Go ahead and grab it. But yep. Next is Rosie. I don't remember ever owning a Rosie. So when the surprise I had when I found her under my bed is insane, because I don't remember ever owning one. So I put a battery in to see if she still worked, and she does. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna make her look a little bit more like realistic. I'm gonna like modify her a bit, customize. So I painted her step ladders pink to match her. I painted her running board white, which is kind of hard to see, but it's right there. I painted the base of her black, because why wouldn't I? And then I added some coal weathering to her bunker. And I did the exact same thing with Arthur, but I forgot to mention it. And I'm just not realizing this, but I still have yet to go and line the windows with red. So I'm gonna do that, and then we'll move on to the next one. Forgot to mention that I did the lining on the wheels too. I lined them out in white, and now I have the windows done. Full focus. There. I've lined the windows out now, so that's done now. Anywho, next up is my 1992 Tommy Thomas. I got this one off of eBay a few months ago, earlier this year, and I haven't done anything to it, but I have gone back and repainted the buffers a little bit, and I relined out the windows, because that's like the one thing that I think Tommy actually did to this thing. And I can't even say the original version either, because it's not the original version, because the original version didn't have the center wheels there like this one does. It was kind of just what Percy has for his chassis now, but in the shape of Thomas's and blue wheels instead of green ones. But yeah, there is still quite a bit more Thomas's after that. And speaking of which, next one is Screw-On Thomas. Again, called Screw-On because it's screwed right underneath the smoke box that you use to keep the body on and take it off to get the batteries. I painted the base black on him. I lined out the back of his bunker. I painted his running board white. I weathered him. I did the coal bunker thing again for like the 5th time. I did his lamp irons. I did his running board white. And then I painted his windows in the lining of the windows in yellow for the sides. This one was absolutely noisy when I first got it, because I got it at a garage sale like a year or two ago, give or take. I don't remember, but it was noisy like, really, really noisy. But I replaced the motor, so it's not as noisy anymore. But it was like the worst thing I had ever heard in my life. I think this is the original motor too, but I'm not too sure. But I keep it because it still works, and if the motor in him ever dies, or one of the other ones that share the same motor, I can always go back and take it from there. So, yeah. Next up is Bash, I want to say. Right? Bash. Dash. I don't remember when I got this one. I don't remember where I got him. But I have done some things to him, and I have painted the bottom of him in black again. 'Cause what else would I do? And then when I first found him again, he was missing his rear coupler, or because the piece that would hold it in place had ended up snapping, and it had fallen off. So what I did was I took some super glue and a toothpick, and I super glued the toothpick to it, and so now he has his coupler back. I need to get a dash this is dash. I need to get a bash at some point, because I already have a Ferdinand. I just don't know where he is, and even then I could care less because I don't like Ferdinand. But yeah, it took this is probably one of my favorite ones, just because no one really cares for him. Not even that, really. I just kind of like how stupid he is in Misty Island Rescue. And you go back and watch that movie at some point. It's been a while. But, yeah, this is Dash for you. Next up is Duck. It's not centered, is it? I really, really like the Duck that I have. I got him off of eBay, again, not too long ago. Because, again, my Duck was broken. But he didn't come with stickers, so I had to buy stickers for him too. And I basically kind of restored him back to working order, because he wasn't working properly. So I restored him back to working order. I put the stickers on him now. And yeah, it's really just the story of my Duck. I painted both of his dummy couplers in silver, but it started to rub off. I had to refix his front right buffer again. But yeah, I'm just happy to have Duck again, because he's probably one of my more favorite ones. My favorite color is blue, by the way, so don't think that, oh, because his favorite characters are green, that his favorite color is green. No, it's blue. Very, very much blue. So, yeah. Who doesn't like Duck? Moving on. Next up is this Hit Toy Company. The body might not even be Hit Toy, but the chassis is. Paint Splatter Thomas from All Engines Go. Not All Engines Go. Calling All Engines, my bad. What I did was, again, painted the bottom of it black, right running board, lamp irons, yada yada. The body is not a custom. This is just naturally how it came. I got it from like a flea market type thing, and that's really all I can tell you because it's all I really know. But yeah, it is broken a little bit at the bottom left on the back of the buffer beam. But buffer beam, God, if you couldn't tell, but yeah, this is the second to last Thomas that I have for Trackmaster. So, yep. I'm almost done with the stupid freaking section. My bad, that last Thomas that I showed you was the fourth last for the section. Because I'm a moron. Yay. But this is the Tab Thomas LVSE custom that I did. This was the first one that I did out of the two. And again, painted the bottom black, running board white, lamp iron black, yada yada. Rinse and repeat basically. Body in satin lagoon, window lining done by me, window lining done by me, yeah. I found this one somewhere in my closet. Because apparently I had him just sitting there. And I kind of just found him and I got him working again. He was in poor condition, so I fixed him up. Or his body was completely screwed up, and so I fixed him up. I didn't fix him up, I turned him into this. And I love it. This is probably one of my favorites. Aside from the one I'm about to show y'all. But we're not focusing on that one right now, we're focusing on this one. What I did was I've already explained it. My bad. So, yeah. That's the LVSE Thomas for you. So I don't know what else to do. This one's kind of like a hodgepodge. Because it's 1992 Tomy Percy chassis with, this is the Percy that I was talking about for Iron Aries wheels with a Mattel Percy shell. The only reason I did this was because my Tomy Percy shell ended up getting destroyed. I don't know how, but I grabbed it out one day, and the 6 on this side that just the 6 on this side, the cab was basically just gone, and there was like no fixing it, so I kind of just did this. And it was missing one of its lamp irons, so instead of fixing the lamp iron, I just put on an old Thomas lamp that I had, and it worked. So I painted it up in white, painted the bottom black, put this body on, and it fit, and I'm happy about it. I really enjoy this one, and it's excuse me, one of my favorites, mostly due to the fact that it's Percy. Who doesn't like Percy? Next is this 1992 Tomy James. I got this one with the Percy, I forgot to mention, at like a flea market. Water. I found it without the battery cover, and so I made a battery cover out of cardboard and super glue. Not super glue. Excuse me. Out of cardboard and hot glue, and I used the hot glue to make it look like it was coal. And yeah, so I did that. And then I basically just customized it, because part of the front here of the boiler, that part, whatever that is, the little tab things that James has, that like runs out from there, whatever those are called, was broken off. So I ended up just having to glue back on, or make another one, again, out of cardboard. And instead of doing a good job with it, I ended up making it kind of obvious with it. And the only way I could make it not obvious was by painting over it again. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to customize it. I painted the running board white, I did the lamp irons black, and I did the bottom of them in black. So this one has been through a lot. And this is also, I figured out, because I did make a video over it, but I decided to do like who's the strongest engine thing, and I did like tug of war and a push battle, and I found out that this is the strongest engine I have. So yeah, he's the strongest out of every single one that I own. I don't know about others, but I know he is for me. Finally, something different. This is my custom Union Pacific number 87 Docksider. I made it out of a Trackmaster Porter. What I did was I took the back buffer beam, cut it off, and shortened it. Sanded off the buffers. I painted it in black. Painted the side rods in silver. Painted the smoke box excuse me, in winter gray, and then I made the 87 on the front with a piece of cardboard. I did the lettering by hand. The side rods painted in silver, if I haven't mentioned it already. And then I super glue. I had to shorten down this pieces right there because it was sticking out too much, because I had to match up with the back. And I ended up making like holes in it, so I had to take like a toothpick and super glue it in place. There, you can still see it if it'll focus. That you can still see the toothpick. Ever so slightly. It's a little bit more visible on this other side. You can tell. But, yeah. I did originally have, like, railing underneath the 87, like, the reference image that I used for it was. But it ended up coming off, and I didn't want to have to go through the struggle of re-gluing it back on, and so on and so forth, so I kind of just left it off. This is probably my favorite custom that I've done. If I had to guess, probably because it was the most challenging. Which doesn't look that complicated, but believe me, yeah, Porter has 4 windows on the side of his cab right there. I ended up having to sand 2 of them off just to fit the 87 there. So it's a lot more difficult to make this one than what people have thought. So it's a lot to do something like this, and it's probably why it's one of my more favorite models, due to the fact of, well, who really doesn't like this one. Or I do, at least, because it's one of my harder ones. So, yeah. Is my custom, kind of, per se, 80th anniversary Thomas, or Trackmaster 3. Basically what I did was I painted the buffers on the back, painted the lamp in on the back too, and that was about it. So, yeah. I don't really have too much to say about this one because there wasn't really much to do. So, here's a rolling stock, however you want to pronounce it. Cargo. I really don't know if the buffer beams on these guys are red or not. Let me know, please. But yeah, these are just kind of great as they are. I really enjoy them. I like the different facial expressions on them. I like the rust on them too. A really different cargo box color too, or different boxes. My bad. These are just really cool to look at in general. I really like it. This is my other 80th anniversary Thomas. I did not modify this one. I did go to take the running board off of it though, and I broke it, as you can tell right there. But I didn't modify this one because the wheels are wonky. As you can see there. So I didn't do anything to this one due to that fact, aside from go to take the running board off again. But other than that, this is still completely unchanged. So yeah. I don't really know what else to say about this one. This is the 80th anniversary James. I didn't do much to him other than I removed the buffers between the cab and the tender, on the tender right there. And then I painted his back buffer beam in red. And I also, on his tender, so that way it wouldn't really look too awkward, I painted the inside of it black. Okay, can I get the cold load back in there properly, please? But yeah, that's really about it for this one. I haven't really done much to it aside from that, so yeah. And there's his rolling stock, which is pretty cool. I like it. Also, for those who are wondering why I am recording these in sections, it is due to the fact that if I end up messing up at some point, instead of having to restart the entire video, I can just restart that section and call it good. Because, for example, when I was doing James, my bad, one sec. Water. You know, this is your reminder. Go drink water. If you made it this far in the video. But when I was making James's, my phone ended up falling backwards, and I stopped the recording to check to see if my face was in it because I don't show my face, and it was. So I ended up deleting that recording and starting over on James. So that's the only reason why I do my video stuff in sections instead of all in one, and just cutting stuff out eventually along the way. Because I'd rather be able to know when I made a mistake than forget about it and think that I did good and just end up publishing it. But anyway, I really like this tanker. I don't know if it's supposed to be like a milk tanker or what. If I do end up getting like another James, though, it will just be simply for this. So yeah, that's what I plan on doing. So yay! I am gonna try something for the tender engines though once I end the video. So yeah. Anyway, okay, so I have to hold my phone for this part, so I'm sorry if the video quality sucks or if the camera's shaking sucks. This is the 80th anniversary Scotsman. I didn't do much for this one either, except again, same thing with James. I got rid of the buffers for the tender in the front there, and I lined his running board out in black because that's how it's supposed to be. Then I added the buffer, and then I painted his buffer beams red on his tenders, and that's really about it. Really good though. I really enjoy this one. It's one that I kind of want to get more of at some point, but I don't really know. So yeah, really good. You see it? I recommend getting it. Next up is Gordon. It's literally just the exact same thing for James of what I did for Gordon. So I really don't need to explain myself. The only downside to Gordon really is that he's way too tall compared to his tender. My bad. But even then, all the tender engines in this line are too tall for their tenders. So I really don't know what else to tell you. But if you can get us over that, then I recommend getting this. But if you're one of those people who is like, oh, I can't get it because it's not 1-to-1 scale accurate to the actual prop model, which is scaled down, yeah, then don't get it. You just don't get it. Because seriously, if you already know that based off the way it looks in the packaging, you're not gonna like it, then don't get it. It's just a waste of money. But I really like this one, and I plan on doing more stuff with these at some point. I really want to get Percy and Duck, because I think, because they're really nice looking, and I kind of just really seem they really seem nice to have. And when I do make an update on my collection at some point, I think I'm just gonna reuse the same video instead of remaking an entirely new one and then just add on to it. So that's my plan. So if there's ever an update video and you see that I'm reusing clips from now, that's the reason why. That is if this one even comes out. But yeah, again, if Gordon's your favorite character and you find this out in stores, get it. It's really, it is worth it. Although it doesn't work with like Trackmaster Tommy scale stuff, and you're gonna have to go out and get like the new play sets for this stuff if you want to be able to like make something with it. That or just make your own layout or your own buildings and stuff like that to use for it. So, yeah, again, find us in stores and you're a Gordon fan or just a Thomas fan in general. Get it. Because it is really, really nice. And then there's his rolling stock. I say could honestly be better. I still have yet to paint the buffer beams on these because I know they are red. But at that point, I don't really think it's worth it. I'd honestly rather make my own coaches. Because I don't like these All Engine Go ones. They're not even All Engines Go. I don't like these ones because they're literally just reskins of Annie and Clarabelle from All Engines Go. They're just reskins from that mold. I don't like it. This is like the only downside to the Gordon pack. So if you do end up getting this, I'd recommend you make sure that, or if you are okay with this, and that's okay. Like, I really don't care what you think about this. You think what you want to think. But if you don't like this, then make sure you have some spare express coaches on hand. Because this really isn't the best. I don't have any. Well, I have one, but it's from the Talking Gordon thing, and it doesn't really match well with the scale of this other one. So I don't really. Yeah, I don't know. If I'm gonna be completely honest, I might get more Gordons just for more of these. So that way it doesn't look odd that he's pulling two different sized coaches. Because these are the only two that I have. But yeah. In my opinion, this is the only downside to this pack. And that's all for my Trackmaster stuff. So, yeah, let's move on to the next category. Up is the models. So stuff like HO, O-Gauge, Lionel, Bachman, Hornby, all that. This is probably my favorite one that I have. It's the Lionel Percy, because who, again, I've said this before, who doesn't like the little green guy? It's like in every single show there's always just this one little green guy that everybody just agrees to love. I have a spare front coupler that I can give him if I wanted, but I took it off for this. It's just held on with blue tack. And then the blackout in the windows is literally just spray painted black cardboard. That's all it is. And then I painted the little rivets that hold the coupling rods on the wheels on. His buffer, his front right buffer has broken off. That one. So that's just a clay one. It's a replica. And it sucked to make it. I don't know why, but I just couldn't make it for the life of me. But I finally got it. So, yeah, again, little green guy, Percy. It's our little green caterpillar. Who doesn't love this guy? Next is this Happy Birthday Thomas. I do not remember where I got this at all. Well, I got it for my birthday from a family member, but I don't know where they got it from either. So, really, all I've done to this isn't its original chassis because I broke the controller. But all I've done to the shell in particular is really just black out the windows with cardboard again. It's reversible. And then the little black in between the splasher and boil. Excuse me. The black in between the splasher and the boiler or water tank, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Checking to see if I locked my door real quick. Give me a second. Yep, I did. Alright. I have to check, because otherwise I get interrupted while doing this. But, yeah. Happy birthday, Thomas. Oh, yeah, I also forgot. I painted the lamp in, too. So, yeah. Really about all I have to say. Other than, if it's your birthday today and you happen to be watching this, happy birthday. So, yeah. And this is the Christmas Thomas. The one I stole the chassis from for the happy birthday one. I also can't seem to find the face for it, so I kind of just took the face of the happy birthday one and slapped it on here. Again, same thing, basically blacked out window, roof is not on. Blacked out windows, painted rivets, forgot to mention. Except this is... I painted the rivets for the wheels, again. Added the red lining on the back. Did I do that with the happy birthday one? Yeah, I did that with the happy birthday one too. I didn't paint the lamp on this one. And I added the black paint in between the splasher and the boiler. Although on the left side it is starting to rub off, as you can see right there. I also forgot to mention I have weather roof. I have weathering on the back of the cold bunker too. For a lot of these. I don't remember if I mentioned it for the Trackmaster section or not, but a lot of them have weathering on them. I did have a James. I want to go ahead and say that, but this is... Do you see my point? They share a chassis, okay? Leave me alone. But James kind of looks like this now. I don't know where his chassis went, I just had it, but his circuit board wouldn't work out right here. There goes that. His circuit board was missing a few wire, plugs to it. I found out they're still left on the wires. And I ended up just kind of trying to fix it, and it broke in half. So I have to either find a new James chassis now, or just kind of live with it like this. And if I do find a new James chassis, I do still have his tender, but I don't have his tender chassis. Don't mind the missing buffer. Because that's what I use for the spare front coupler Percy. Or for Percy, the spare front coupler that I have that's removable. That's what I used for it. And before I move on to the next one, I do have a few updates. First off, new face. It'll load. There we go. Great. Nope, stop. I'll move everything. One sec. Putting everything back. I have a new face for the Trackmaster Thomases. No. That's to my window unit. It's right there. That thing right there. That's the window unit. New face for the Trackmaster Thomases. How we did this. I'll take the Smoked Atkins face from this one. So this one's kind of just gonna get scrapped. Because I don't know what else to do with it. I'm keeping the chassis though. I'm keeping the chassis, the motor, and the wheels. That's it though. This is like the only thing that I have use for. Again, different days. I know. Let me move freaking Christmas Thomas to his chassis back over to the. I can't get the chassis back on right now. In a second. He's dead. It's in. I don't know what the problem is. It turns on. I can't figure it out. So he's dead. So now I gotta get a new one. Yo, I'm still keeping the stop. Still getting kept though, especially since this was gotten with this one. But I did want to say that, and then I do have something coming in this Saturday as of recording this, which is the 4th. But you know, I don't know what else to do. I'm recording this two weeks earlier. I don't know if y'all can hear that they're doing construction outside right now. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. So I plan on getting a new one here soon, and then I have another 2 engines coming in this weekend. As of recording this again. So I might add them in to the end of the video, or like do an entirely another video of me unboxing them scheduled for after this or before it. You never know. I'm not gonna say what they are yet. So anyway, moving on. Next is my Snowy Christmas Thomas custom, because I have 2 of them. Don't mind the face. So I basically just took a can of white spray paint and like lightly sprayed over it. And it works. So it's kind of all it did. The wheels, I just took a white paint marker to them, because I didn't know how to get the wheels off at the time. I still kind of don't. You get the idea. But yeah, this is minus the face. This is one of my more favorite models. If I can get the camera to be straight, that'll work. There we go. But yeah. Again, same process basically. Blacked out cab, weather on the coal bunker, black paint for the splasher and boiler, blue rivets for the wheels and the side rods. Yeah, yada yada yada. So for Thomas is basically just rinse and repeat. And then we're finally getting to someone else that isn't a freaking Thomas. The D's is why is the I don't know why flash is on, but I'm not gonna turn it off. Lionel's D. Lionel's Diesel. Excuse me. I haven't done anything to this because I don't know how to weather it. But I have had to replace that front right buffer with clay again, because it broke off. Who would have guessed? But yeah, his eyes keep looking. It's still doing. His eyes keep looking like they're following you. It's a really good model. So, you find one, get it. I recommend. And then I've gotten 2 of these, and I'll show you what I did with the other one. Is my soul. Come on. He's not on the track. My custom bird. Kid. Okay, are you centered? You're not centered, are you? Sorry about the shadow. Standing up now. Nice. Alright. My custom Bert. This was made out of a 2013 diesel body shell from Lionel. Their line chief. My 2013, 16, I don't know. And this was kind of just what I didn't have anything else to do with it, so this is what I did. Again, all the buffers are broken off. I had this for quite a bit. So all the buffers have been broken off. And on top of that, sorry about the chair, the handwriting is messy. I know, my handwriting is atrocious. But then you look, basically what I did was I took like a dark yellow, kind of like a darkish yellow color for the yellow, and then I mixed black and green together for the green. I can't tell you exactly what I did, but because this was like a couple years ago that I made this. So yeah. All the buffers are clay. It shares the same chassis, like legitimately the same chassis as the other diesel. I gotta face the shell away from me to where the face is facing me because it looks like he's just staring me down. But yeah, that was basically it. And then I want to say I did some dry brushing for the beard, but it didn't really work. The face is literally just the normal diesel face, just with a few modifications to it. Not much was done, in case you couldn't tell. Because this was my first custom I ever did. Originally, excuse me. Excuse me. Originally, he just didn't have the words. But now that I think I have like waterside transfer stuff, I think I might use that instead. See if I can get it out in the color that it needs to be in. So I don't know if it would work or not, because we'll have to wait and see. But I think I'm just gonna keep it like this because I'm happy with it. I don't care if you're not happy with it. I really could give less of a crap. But yeah. You hate it, don't say anything about it. Because, again, a couple years ago. I don't know what else to tell you. So, yeah, moving on. Next is this custom that I did with my airbrush before it just decided to stop working on me. I still have the air pump, but it's not the tip. But I kind of just, I don't know how to describe what I did to this other than airbrushing. But it never worked to begin with. I got it while I was on like vacation, you could say. It didn't come with a tender. So this is kind of just what you're left with. This is just kind of this is just kind of what I got, and for the fact that it was only $30, I'm not complaining. Although I did get a train for $15, that does work. so I am a little bit mad, but I really could care less. This is like the only one that didn't work when I first got it. So yeah. And I have the same type of locomotive already, but that one also stopped working. So I don't have one anymore. I'm not going to show all of my rolling stock either. I will show some of it, but not all of it. So keep that in mind, because I have a lot of rolling stock. Catch. Alright, so I kind of just got lazy, because I'm not about to bring every single train that I have into that other room. So I kind of just came in here. An Amtrak diesel passenger locomotive. It's carts right behind them. This is the one that I got for 15 bucks. The roof was broken when I first got it, so I did that. I had a spare tender, so I gave it to him. I painted the wheels black because they were originally red, and I gave him a crap ton of weathering. And then my Pennsylvania Flyer locomotive is also extremely weathered, and that's really all I did to this one anyway. And then it's down here, 2018 Hot Wheels Bluetooth diesel locomotive. I'm not grabbing it out right now. And then this one, which is also extremely weathered. Don't mind the piggy banks. Yeah. And then there's this one just right above them. And then right behind it. And just above it, there's the old chassis for the Happy birthday, Thomas. So, yeah. I can't access the track to my HO stuff right now, but for now, this is kind of what are you going to live with. One of my two Burlington Northern Santa Fe locomotives. This one I've kind of just been using for spares because my other one's in better condition. And then going based off what I have in here right now, because everything else is in the other room still. But a Santa Fe train, also from Bachmann. I forgot to say that. Yeah, Bachmann, Santa Fe, really just kind of weathered it a little bit. Made the air vents look like they've been pushing out diesel smoke. And then for the other one, it's basically just the exact same thing, but worse. And then this next one I'm about to show you all is a lot better for my real diesel locomotives. So let me go get that one. Excuse me. This is the better of the two Burlington Northern locomotives, or Burlington Northern Santa Fe, more commonly known as BNSF. Again, made by Bachmann. What I have done to this one is I have weathered the little trucks down here to make it look like they've been kicking up dust from the track. I did the air vents, make them look all dusty and rusted and stuff like that. I gave it a matte clear. That was after everything. And then I painted the inside of the fans in like a gray. If I can get it to focus. The right thing. It's not gonna focus. It's kind of visible from here though. So, yeah. I'm not getting caught on the wire. Right, there we go. And then after all that, like I said, gave it a matte clear. I got both the Burlington Northern Santa Fe locomotives off of eBay along with the next two that I'm about to show, so prepare yourself because they are not in the best condition. The only Union Pacific model that I own, it is missing its front coupler, missing the back end of the train entirely, and the front end. Missing its couplers, the railings all screwed up. It is in poor condition, and then there's this. I don't know what to do with this. It's also made by Bachman. It doesn't work. No, it does, surprisingly. I'm thinking of the wrong one. I am... This thing looks like he's been through war. I am truly surprised. I did not expect to ever show this one, but it's a collection video, so I am. I'm just not realizing the plastic's a little bit warped on the right side too. I think, I don't know. It's just so... I got it like this too, by the way. This was not my doing. I bought it from a secondhand seller on eBay. The condition it came in. The next one's even worse, so brace yourself. I already know what you're thinking. Zane, how could this be worse than the other one? I don't know what happened. It never worked when I got it. I don't know why. It's just in complete pieces. I don't know how to fix this. I don't think I ever will. I'm just gonna leave it like this. I find it funny. But I also find it sad at the same time. But I already have one of them that is basically just the exact same thing, but shinier. So there's no point in having another one that's exactly the same thing. So if you ask me, some of the bitterness is taken away from that. So I really couldn't care, but I think I'm just gonna turn this into like a piece of scrap for my layout. So yeah, stay tuned for that, because it might happen at some point. I still have more, 3 more, yeah. I think I also forgot to mention for Trackmaster, I have an Annie and Clairo, but you probably already know what they look like. So let's just move on to the last 3. I'm having to hold the camera again because he's so large. But the Hornby Flying Scotsman, I got this in the starter set for like the 100th anniversary or something. I don't know. The box is under my bed. I'll have to check. But this is probably one of my more favorite models due to the fact of it's the Scotsman. I really like it. I kind of just like British steam locomotives in general. Sorry, but again, I'm holding it. It's kind of... Sorry about the shaking again. So, my first ever, like, Hornby thing, really, aside from, well, one thing, but my first thing that I ever got as, like, a complete set, like, this is it, and this is, like, the only thing at the moment still. So, yep. This is a really nice one. I really want to make like a express blue version, but I need to get another Scotsman for that because I don't want to paint this one. So yeah. Anyway, next is my first Hornby item that has survived longer than a year. I had a Hornby Thomas when they were still being mass produced, and I broke it like the first month. I was a kid, leave me alone, still am. But yeah, Hornby Percy, I've modified it, not really, but I've done some things to it. I painted the running board gray, which I think I might undo, and I painted the buffer beams a brighter red because it was really, really sun faded. And I still need to fix that number 6 on the side. I don't know what happened to it on his right side. Guess his right side is just extremely sun faded too, huh? But yeah, that's really about it. That's really all I had to say about this little guy. He's really he's really freaking cool, and he's the fastest engine that I have of everything that I have. I kid you not. Sure, you're probably saying, oh, well, you can push a wooden railway faster. I don't have any wooden railway track, and I don't count that as something that you can actually move around using like a control or of some sort. I also painted the back lamp and did some weathering, and then I gave him a matte clear. So that's about it. That's really all I've done to this, and probably one of my favorites. Because again, it's Percy. My favorite's Percy. I can't kind of judge me on that, but anyway. Next is my celebration anniversary thing, Thomas. I don't know what it's from, but I do know it's like a celebration Thomas thing. I got this one along with the Lionel Happy Birthday Thomas, and I have since gone and replaced the chassis because I don't know what happened to the last one. But all I know is that one of the step ladders was broken off, all the buffers were gone, and the wheels were just not willing to cooperate with me. They wouldn't move. But yep, this is the only HO scale Thomas I own. I do plan on getting a Bachmann, like a normal. This is not the one I'm talking about. Chair again. I plan on getting a normal Thomas at some point, either from Hornby or Bachmann. I don't care which one of the two. Kind of want both, to be honest. And that's what I plan on doing. I plan on getting both. But yeah, that's really about it. Like that's all I've got. That's all I have to say. I think that's everything. Now that I'm thinking of it, yeah, that is legitimately every single train I have. I am not going through and counting all this because that would be bullcrap. But yeah, that's everything. I hope y'all enjoyed watching this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.